Flat design is really easy to do and looks awesome, especially with the drop shadow or cast shadow effect. And this is how we're going to do it. On Adobe Illustrator, open a new file, set the dimensions to what you want, then remove any outline colors, keep only the fill colors. When you draw out your square, hold down Shift to keep the proportions. Then fill it with the color of your choice. I've used a reddish orange for the background. Now create a new layer and lock the first layer. On the new layer, draw out a smaller square. This will be your inset square, which I've colored in yellow. Center the two squares together. The next step is to create a duplicate of the yellow square. Now that you've duplicated your squares, it's time to create two more layers in between the two yellow squares. The reason is we'll be using clipping masks and we need an extra layer, but we'll see how that works. Type out the symbol that you want. I've used W in Myriad Pro, and I'm going to make the weight in bold. Right-click on your symbol and create an outline. This helps for two reasons. One, no one can copy your text, and two, your proportions for your symbol are now easier to manage. Place the W on layer 4, which is the empty layer at the bottom between the two yellow squares. Duplicate that layer, so now you have a W on both the layers in between the yellow squares. For the top W, change it to the same color as your yellow square, and then change the blending mode to multiply. This will be your drop shadow. Now here's how to get your shadow. Go to Distort and Transform. Under the Move Horizontal and Vertical, place it 0.5 and copies 200 at the bottom. As long as your shadow extends beyond the yellow square, you're fine. You can even go to 300 and it's perfectly alright, as long as it extends beyond the yellow inset square. When you're happy, click OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the top yellow square as a clipping mask for the cast shadow W. The reason being is when I do a clipping mask, the shadow and the square will form just within the embed. So I've selected the yellow square and the W, and I click on Create Clipping Mask, and here is the cast shadow constrained by the center yellow square. Now it's a simple matter of pushing your W, the black one, above all the other layers. So here I've shifted the W all the way to the top, and I've changed the color to white. I can change it to red, I can change it to black, I can change it to just about any color I want, and it looks great. I can even put outlines. The choice is really up to you, so play around with this, experiment, and see the kind of effects you want to create. And that's how to do a flat design with cast shadow effect. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them.